Hi guys, starting today's video with a little buddy. This is Cooper, for anybody who has not seen him. That's my first boy. He's almost 4. He's a mini golden doodle, even though he's like 30 something pounds, so he's a big boy, but he's a sweet boy. He wanted to be in today's video, so he can have his little moment to shine. Look at the camera. Look this way. Oh, that's a pretty boy. Look. Wow. Cooper? He just always looks so like sad in the eyes. Anyways, hi guys. So I think this might be a little crooked. Maybe. So for starters, before we even start today's video, I got a new matcha powder and I was so excited about it. And it's, you know, like ceremonial grade and organic and all the keywords. That looks like dirt. It's not, well, it's picking up green on camera. It's not. I mean, it literally looks like muddy milk. Like, so gross. But the color was not there. I want that vibrant green. And literally on camera, I can see it. It looks like it is a beautiful green. It's not. So the way that I'm going to hopefully save it and give this milk some flavor is I put some cold brew ice cubes. So hopefully those will melt and it'll give like a better flavor. It literally just tasted like dirt. But anyways, you'll see this back here and it does not look good at all. Ollie, come here. Let me show you the other one. This is our other mini golden doodle. This is Ollie. He's only like 17 pounds and full grown. And he's the baby. He is Cooper's nephew, like literally blood nephew, but he's his brother in our house. But yeah, this is our little one. He's a sweet boy. He's the wild child. So if y'all ever hear like noises in the background, it's him. And if you ever see me, like I'm looking at camera and I'm doing good and then I like look off, it's usually because he's doing something that he shouldn't do. And I know he's like about to make noise or he's driving his brother crazy. So anyways, this is Ollie. But what I wanted to do today, since spring is right around the corner, I just wanted to go over some books that I have read and love and think that they fit like the springtime really well. But I also wanted to talk about books that I plan to read this spring. So some of these are brand new releases. I've not read them and I plan to read them. And then some are books that I have read and love. I'm going to keep it kind of short for this video and I'm only doing books that I physically own. There are obviously tons of books out there that could be like spring books and fit that vibe. But I just wanted to do the ones that I physically own. So the books that I'm like really excited to get to or that I have read and just love and had to own for myself. So we're going to start off really strong. And we lost our buddy. Really strong with 2 books from the Windy City series. Baseball books. Baseball is usually starting in the spring. I think they can play like a fall ball, but usually they play in the spring. I grew up playing softball, so I know the schedule. But yeah, these 2 right here are our 2 baseball boys, Kai Rhodes and Isaiah Rhodes. I definitely prefer Isaiah Rhodes personally. But yes, oh my gosh, these books are so good. They take place in the springtime. It might not give like spring vibes, you know, like descriptive vibes around the time of year. But I mean, it's happening in the spring because it's around their baseball schedule and it's like when they're playing baseball. So this one is Kai Rhodes and he has a son and it is so sweet. It's single dad. He wears glasses. We love a strong baseball player that wears glasses. And it is so sweet. It's Kai and Miller is, if you've seen the new book that was just released, all the hype about it, In Her Own League, that is about Miller's dad, which is becomes Kai's father-in-law, obviously. But that's about Monty. So this is his daughter and son-in-law. And then this is Kai's brother, Isaiah. And oh my goodness, I love him. I love every vibe that he gives off. He's like that goofy, silly, like golden retriever energy, but then he's also like so sweet and so loving. And it's about Isaiah and Kennedy, and Kennedy is the what is it called? She like takes care of them when they're injured on the team. A sports medicine something another. Anyways, I should definitely know what this is called. But yeah, it's such a good book. I love the baseball vibes in both of them. Highly recommend the whole series, but definitely these two because it's during the springtime. In saying that, I forgot I had this one on here. In Her Own League. This is literally the one I was just talking about. So this is about Miller's dad, and he is the baseball, I keep saying coach, but then I've heard other people say, no, he's not the manager. Yeah, he's the coach. He is the baseball coach for their team. And then also this is with, what's her name? Reese Remington, and she is the owner of the team. So I think that's so fun. The coach and the owner of the team have their own little romance. I cannot wait. So those two I've obviously already read. This one I cannot wait to read. I'm so excited. I'm hoping to get to it very soon, but I am trying to finish up the last book in the series, Rewind It Back. So as soon as I finish that, I will definitely get into this one. And I did not realize this one had pictures inside. Like, are you kidding me? The grumpy baseball coach and the new team manager. That's so exciting. Another one that I have not read, now I've watched the show, I'm completely up to date on the show, is Virgin River. I have wanted to read this book for so long. I absolutely love the show, and I was just like, how fun would that be to get into a book series? The series, I think, is like super long, and I don't know if it's still ongoing, but I think it has like quite a few books. So I just thought, for some reason, even though it's kind of like rustic cabin in the woods that could be like winter vibes, it just gives spring. Like, look at the flowers and everything, if y'all can see that. Like, that just gives spring vibes to me. I don't know, there's just something about it, and it's that small town romance feeling. Yeah, definitely hoping to pick this one up very soon. This is one I absolutely loved. Look at this cover. Like, first off, that is just gorgeous. I just love pretty covers. But for some reason, this gave me spring vibes. I don't know why, and I read this so long ago, but it just gives spring vibes, and the cover just gives spring. It's a shorter book. I mean, it's pretty short to be like a romance book. Let's see. I'm over here flipping to see how long it is, and I'm like not wanting to spoil, you know, like when I'm like looking at it like this. I read the book. I know what happens. 254 pages. Yeah. If you are like going to the pool or just wanting to be outside or just want like a quick, easy read, I feel like 254 pages, you could knock that out possibly in one sitting. I am one that could knock that out in one sitting. I could lock in perfect poolside read. Yes. Loved that book. This one, not just for the cover, but for the cover, Malibu Rising. Like, first off, again, appreciate the cover. Absolutely gorgeous. Love her books. Love Taylor Jenkins Reid. I recommend every single book that she's written. Doesn't matter what it's about. I think she took the world by storm when she released Carrie Soto Is Back, and I'm not a tennis watcher. I don't care anything about the sport of tennis. I think the rest of the world that read her book were like, yep, don't really care about tennis. Now I like tennis. Now I was like so invested in that book, and I was like then researching, do people really go through this kind of training, and is tennis like really this big of a deal? Which obviously it is. You know, if you say Serena Williams, I know who that is, even though I've never watched tennis. So she can just do things with her books and just make you care about these people. Atmosphere, she just wrote Atmosphere. I don't care anything about space and space, you know, astronauts, and I've never cared anything about that. Maybe I should as a human being, as an American. I don't know. I never have. I fell in love with space and with like how she was describing the atmosphere and the stars and the planets, and like I was totally invested. Like I was like, give me more. That book was too short in my mind. So she can just do that with you. And with this one, it is like such beach vibes, and that might be summer, but for me in the spring, I'm looking for like those types of summer reads to get me into the spring vibes and like being outside more, and the sun's out and the weather's getting cooler. So I am usually looking for beachy vibes, and this gives it. This absolutely gives it. All of her books are great, but I really love her like beachy type of books. So highly recommend that one. This one is, well, I'll just get into it. A Court of Thorns and Roses. At this point, I think everybody knows about this book. I feel like everybody's read this book. I feel like everybody loves this book. It is fantastic. It is in the spring court. So this book takes place almost entirely at the spring court. So spring vibes. Like she goes from, she's in winter where it's freezing cold and, you know, just literally fighting for her life out in the snow. And then she goes to the beautiful spring court and everything is just so green and there's flowers and it's like, yeah, this totally gives spring vibes. So if you've not read it, first off, read it any time of year. Don't wait for spring. Literally read it anytime. If you have read it though, spring vibes. Like, am I right? I gotta be right. I love this book. I'm thinking I need to do a reread very soon of the series because 6 comes out in October and I need to like re-experience this all over again. Okay, here is one that I have not read, and I'm just saying it gives spring vibes literally just from the cover. And I think it takes place, yeah, in the Caribbean island. Okay, so a resort in the Caribbean island. So that's what I'm getting spring vibes from. But I've not read this. I actually got this from a thrift store. I just think the cover looks amazing. I love all the colors on it. So fun. This is a, okay, I don't know why I wanted to say this is a sci-fi, but I think this is just a thriller, but so fun. It literally takes place in the Caribbean. Like, yeah, let's do that. I like to mix up, because I have a lot of romance that I read. I like to mix that up with like throwing thrillers in there, and a fast-paced thriller taking place in the Caribbean islands sounds perfect for spring for me. Like that is the perfect escape, kind of like get into that mindset of being on vacation. That sounds absolutely amazing. So I hope to be reading this one soon as well. This is a new release by one of my newly found favorite authors of all time, Cara Bastone. I love her books. I absolutely eat them up. They are all such an emotional time for me. I think it was called Ready or Not was the first one. I have not been pregnant. I'm not pregnant. I, at that point, was not trying to get pregnant, and I was all in on this book about pregnancy. And like every chapter is a new trimester. And so we're like really following her through this pregnancy. And I was so invested and I was so emotional. Like you would have thought I was the one pregnant. I was so emotional. Then she had a book that I read last year. And at this moment, I can't remember what the name of it is, but it was about grief. And that one took me down so hard. I read it right after going through grief myself. It was such a hard-hitting book. I highlighted so many lines in that book and so many quotes that will stick with me forever. She just has such a way to tell a story that you are invested. You care about these people. You care about what they're going through. And I don't know, like it felt so real to me. So as soon as I saw a new book coming out by her, I pre-ordered it. She's an auto by author. I have no idea what this is about. It gives spring just from like the cover and all the pretty flowers, but also it just came out. Like literally, I think I got this a week ago. So it just came out like right around the springtime. So I'm thinking it's spring. Let's just see. A traumatic accident tests the limits of love and resilience as a couple fights to rebuild what was broken and rediscover themselves in this tender, slow burn romance by best-selling author. Oh, Promise Me Sunshine. That was the one about grief. That one hurt so bad. And then Ready or Not is the one that was about pregnancy. But yeah, wow, this sounds like a very tough read again. very hard hitting, but also sounds so good. I just love that it's not like these fluffy little rom-coms, because I get so bogged down by those and so tired of those. These all matter. Like they are actual stories that will stick with you and you will get something out of them. And I think that is so beautiful. So anyways, I absolutely cannot wait to read this one. Cannot wait. Sounds great, looks great. I keep saying hoping to get this one soon. This one I will be getting to soon. Okay, brief intermission to see if this tastes any better. Look, like the matcha is settled at the bottom. Ugh. If you're a YouTube girl and you follow Booktube girls, you can come here. Come here. I follow Sophie Jane. She's like part of the Aussie crew. There's 3 girls that all have Booktube channels and they all live in Australia. And she created a brand. It's called Matcha Lane, I think. I think it's called Matcha Lane. It's something Lane. But I need to just bite the bullet and buy that. Like, I want that. I want to try it. She makes matchas in every vlog and they look so perfect. And they're that like perfect vibrant green. This is just muddy milk. Like I said, it literally pops on camera. It looks so green, so pretty. It's not. I'm so disappointed. It just tastes like dirt. It tastes like dirt that I poured into milk. Ugh. Anyways. Moving on. The highly controversial, that's it. The highly controversial book. I'm reading it. I'm excited about it. I'm reading it. I think I've heard that people have a problem with how, like, the word choices that she uses. Everybody's like, it's just like reading a thesaurus. Okay. If you pay attention to Haley Pham in her videos and you pay attention to the type of books that she likes the lyrical, whimsical books that have the quotable lines, and, you know, she doesn't like the just simple reads. She wants the ones. Her favorite author, one of her favorite authors is Marley McFarlane, and she writes books just like this. She uses those big words and everything is so lyrical and it's so beautiful and it's almost like a poem. So what were you guys thinking when you picked up this book and you're like, oh, it's just gonna be a fluffy little rom-com? That's not Haley Pham. So I think this is gonna be spot on with her vibes. I love her vibes. I cannot wait. Gorgeous edition. I mean, that is absolutely beautiful. I need to take these stickers off, but they are both removable. But first off, did a fantastic job with just like creating the book. Also, she's a book girl who has loved to read forever, and then she's written her own book. It could be about anything, and I'm so proud of you for just writing a book. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's so hard to do. But anyways, that gives spring vibes first off. Second off, it just came out. Again, like, no matter what, it came out right around the springtime. So, sounds absolutely amazing. We have like this beach, you know, scene going on here. Cannot wait to read this. So excited for her that she wrote a book, period. And not only did she write a book, not only did one of us, I mean, I'm a very new booktuber and I have hardly any followers, but not only did one of us write a book, but she got Lynn Painter to do the blurb on the front. Like, are you kidding me? And Marley McFarlane is on the back. I'm sorry. That is the coolest thing ever. Rachel Catherine also has a blurb on the back, and she is one of the Aussie crew. So there's Georgia Richards, Rachel Catherine, and Sophie Jane, and those are the 3 Australian Booktube girls that I follow and absolutely love. And she has a blurb on the back, and I think that is so cool. Like, what a cool experience. So anyways, I'm not hating on it. I can't wait to read it. You will catch me reading that this spring. Also, I think, okay, so all of these books in this series, BK Borison, Love Light Farms is one of them, and I can't ever remember the names of the other ones, but they all have like a season, and I think, without doing any research, that this is the spring season one, because Love Light Farms is obviously the winter one. And then she has 3 more, and they each follow a different season. And I read the one that was, I read another one. I want to say it was the fall season, but now I can't remember. This gives spring, the flowers, like the little flowers on the back. Like that gives spring. Also, I love these spines. But that totally gives, oh no, it says a delicious dwindling days of summer indulgence. This might be the summer one. Well, still, does it not give spring? We're just going to go with it. We're just going to go with it, and we might read it like entirely out of order, but that's okay. But yeah, I love her books. I love this series. I love all the people that we're following. Really cannot wait to get into these. Highly recommend. Oh, good. I did put it in here. Okay. Ready or not. Cara Bastone. This is the one I was talking about. This is the pregnancy one. I absolutely love this book. I like almost want to reread it again soon. But again, the cover is giving spring, all the colors. I love it. I love just the looks of her books are so gorgeous. But yeah, oh my goodness, this one was so fantastic. I don't know what time of year it actually takes place in, but that just gives spring. That just gives like the start of spring where it's still cold. They got their little jackets on, but everything is green and colorful. Absolutely love this book, you guys. I cannot get enough of her writing and that book right there. Okay, this is one that I've not read, The X-Vows, Jessica Joyce. I have read something by Jessica Joyce. I can't remember what it was, but I really liked it. And then when I was looking up her other reads, I found this one, and people are loving this book. The X-Vows and You with a View both sound amazing to me. I'm just looking at the cover when I say spring vibes here. Don't know if it's actually spring. It looks like it. It looks beautiful. Great. The perfect summer read. Again, in spring, me personally, I am looking for those summery type of books to get me excited about summer. Then it seems like once I hit summer, I'm probably doing it wrong, because once I hit summer, I'm kind of over it. And then I'm just like, okay, give me like fantasy romances and like thrillers and get me ready for fall. So I think I just always stay like a season ahead. But anyways, that just looked very springy. I like the romance books in the spring. I like that they're like shorter. They look like they're easier to read. I want to fly through books in the spring, because at the first of the year, I have like all this momentum. It's the first of the year. I'm going to read all these books. And then by like March, I kind of hit a slump. And so it's like, it is easier for me to get through these books that are like quicker and easier, and I don't have to think a lot, and I can just lay out by the pool and just fly through these books. So highly recommend Romance in Spring. Accidentally Amy. So I read this one when she like released it a while ago, and it was so good, and I absolutely loved it. This is one of her, I want to say, adult romance books. She has a lot of YA. I think this is one of the adult romance books. She's still like, it's not a super smutty book. I mean, her romance books are just all so pure and so sweet and just beautiful. Her writing is fantastic. Will always be a fan of hers. But I read this when it came out. It was so good. I absolutely loved it. And then she re-released it, and I don't remember why, but she like changed some things about it, and she gave a different ending or a longer ending or something. I remember she made some changes and re-released it, and I was like, well, I need to reread it now because there's new, information. And it's been a while since I've read it, but I remembered that she put Amy as her name. I don't remember why, but she was like at a coffee shop and she put the name Amy on a cup, and that's not her name. And they were like calling out Amy. I don't even know where I was going with that. Oh, no, I'll tell you what happened. I remember what happened. She was at a coffee shop and she was waiting forever. I think. I remember that she was like waiting forever, and she wants her coffee and she's got to go, like, I have somewhere to be. And they kept yelling out the name Amy, 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 and nobody was going forward. And so finally she's like, I'll be Amy. And she like grabbed the coffee, and then I think she turned around and ran like straight into him, maybe even spilled the coffee. I feel like I remember that. But anyway, and then she's like, now she's Amy, right? But Anyway, yeah, her real name is Isabella Shea, which that is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, Isabella Shea is usually a very honest person, but when she's running late for her first day at her dream job and the barista at the local cafe yells Amy 3 times with no answer, she does the unthinkable. Izzy takes the pumpkin spice latte. Oh no, that sounds like fall. I am bailing on this like spring recommendation video. I should have looked at that and seen like that is totally fall leaves. Okay, well maybe let's leave this one out because I love a good pumpkin spice latte and I really don't want to read about that in the spring and then like crave it for 6 months. So let's just, this didn't happen. I'm going to leave it in this video because it is a wonderful book and I do plan on reading it again, but let's leave that out of the spring recs. So I have one more. Again, it's just off of the cover because the cover is really cute. Love of My Afterlife. This is going to be a either movie or TV show. I want to say it's a movie and I cannot wait to read it and then watch the movie. I love when that happens. This just gives spring vibes, but honestly, it might not even be. It's literally about like the afterlife and dying. This premise sounded so good to me and it's got like humor in it and I love humor in like a rom-com. A recently deceased woman meets the one in the afterlife waiting room, scoring a second chance at life and love if she can find him on earth before her 10 days are up. I'm like, that sounds amazing. That sounds so fun, so good. This cover is killer. I don't even know. I don't even feel like that's showing up very well. Absolutely killer. Love the cover. Even the back is cute and the little like bubble heart. Anyway, have to read this one. Cannot wait to get to it. But yeah, that is everything. Literally thought I was gonna like start this video with a cute matcha, like bright green, looks like winter or looks like spring drink. No, that was a fail. But anyways, that is everything that I recommend in the spring or summer or fall, apparently, and everything that I'm trying to get to this spring. But if you have a good like spring rec, please leave that in the comments because I am always looking for recommendations. If you've read any of these that I plan on reading and you have good, bad, anything, please just share that with me. But I hope you have a great spring and you read all the fun books and you have all the good vibes going and your matcha is greener than this. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.